Good day, everyone. Welcome to Andrew's Life. I'm pretty sure if you're sitting down and you're watching this video, you probably just got off of work not so long ago, like maybe a few hours ago, or maybe you're getting ready to go in, depending on what time of the day you go to work. For those of you that work a 9 to 5. Well, I got a video for you guys. It's off of TikTok. And just to give credit to the creator goes by the name of online underscore wealth underscore queens. And this individual has got a solution for you guys that are sick and tired of a 9 to 5. So if you're tired of a 9 to 5 because maybe your pay is too low, maybe your work to life balance is lousy, maybe you're working and living check to check, you feel you've worked hard, you went up the corporate ladder, or you were trying to go up the corporate ladder, and for whatever reason you weren't successful. If any of those reasons, and maybe a few other reasons that I haven't mentioned, are reasons why you're quitting your job, or maybe you want to, I don't know, you want to live life on your own terms, so to speak. You want to be a nomad. You want to travel the country. You don't want to have to worry about punching the time clock. So if any of those reasons are the reasons why you want to quit your 9 to 5, this video I'm getting ready to play, online underscore wealth underscore queens, might have a solution for many of you. And it's going to be a 3-minute video. And after the video is over, I will come back and I will let you know what I think of this woman's solution. So enjoy the video and I will be back in my commentary.
Harsh reality is you could be the best worker. You could be the most reliable worker where you're always the one they call to cover shifts. You come in early, you stay late, you're dedicated, you're loyal, you do a really good job, you care about your work, you care about your company. And at the end of the day, you're just a number, you're just a body in that chair, and you're replaceable. And I didn't want to believe that at first either, because I was taught my whole life to have integrity, to work hard. If you believed in something, you needed to give it your all no matter what. And I was always that person that came in early. I was always the person that stayed late. I was always the person that volunteered to come in on Saturdays to do inventory or whatever that nobody else wanted to do. And it wasn't until later on in life that I realized why people didn't choose that. It's because having time with their family on Saturday, the only fucking day, was more important to them than volunteering for a fucking company that didn't care about them. That's because it took me years to climb the corporate ladder, but once I did, and then I got in on those meetings, and I started realizing how the top thought about us people down here, you know. Was it cool at first to be part of the top? Yeah. Did I feel important? Did I feel, all these things? And I was going to change so much, and I was going to be the best leader and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, when there was a problem with the employee or we had to cut back, they didn't care. They didn't care if that employee was a single mother. They didn't care if they were one of the people that showed up every day and did their best and had loyalty and integrity. If they needed to cut that position, they were gonna fucking cut it. They didn't care. They would let people go over the dumbest stuff. Like the way they talked about other people and talked about employees, like we're replaceable. They don't care. They didn't care about me, and they don't care about you. And I didn't know it at the time, but I know it now. And while I was struggling, trying to do the corporate ladder, I was still barely making enough, even though I had a good job. I had 2 good jobs. I still was living paycheck to paycheck. And then to think back at the last 10 years of my life that I worked it away. I didn't spend time with my family. I didn't go on vacation with my family. I spent so many Saturdays at work until I got into digital marketing. This is a good option if you want to work less and make more. It's easy, it's beginner friendly, If you've been in this position and you want to make more money, comment, learn, and I'm going to send you everything you need to know about this. It's
All right, folks. Well, you guys saw the video. You heard what you heard. Let's discuss. Let's have a discussion about it. And this is a topic that, for many of you, is a very relatable topic, and this is something that many of you are going through, or you're at least thinking about, which is why I want to talk about it. So, what's wrong with this woman's solution? What's wrong with it? Well, for those of you that don't know what's wrong with her solution, for those of you that may not think super critical because you're in your emotions or you're young and you just don't know better, I'm going to help you guys out a little bit. Well, for starters, before I even move on, I am not at all hating on people that choose to quit their 9 to 5 because they figured out other means to earn an income outside of a 9 to 5, which is something that I would like to do for myself eventually. So, for those of you that are already doing it, congratulations. I'm not hating on those who are trying to do it. And in fact, for those of you that are trying to do it, I wish you the best of luck. However, I predict that as time goes by, there's going to be more content creators like this woman that are going to be online telling you to click this link, click that link, join my course. And when you click these links and you join these courses, you're going to be prompted to provide personal information, and you're going to be prompted to provide financial information because, of course, these courses are not going to be free. They're going to charge you. Now, while I'm not accusing this woman or any other content creator like her, there's a whole bunch of them out there like her, especially on TikTok. I'm not accusing them of being scammers at this particular moment. What I'm saying is, me personally, I do sense a individual who's got scammer potential. I'll just put it like that. I mean, as I was kind of going through TikTok looking for something to discuss on today's video, I noticed there's quite a few people on TikTok that are talking very similar to the way that this woman is talking. You got women talking like this, you got men talking like this, you got people of all different ethnicities talking like this on TikTok, and most likely they're talking like this on YouTube. And towards the end of the video, they're going to tell you to click this link, click that link, join their course, join their Patreon, and all that type of stuff. And I just want to warn you guys against doing that without first doing your due diligence. Now, for those of you that click the link or whatever, and you just simply provide your personal information, such as your first and last name, what's the harm in doing that? Well, let me tell you what the harm in doing that could be. When you provide your personal information, some of these content creators, what they'll do is they'll take your information, and if they have enough of it, they will sell your information to a third party for profits. So they can make money just off of the information that you provide them. I'm not saying these people are doing it, but I'm not going to put it past them at the same time. And obviously, you don't want to give any of these people none of your financial information until you do your due diligence. Now, what do I mean by do your due diligence? This is what I mean. For starters, the content creator that's telling you to do these different things, like digital marketing in this particular scenario, look up that creator. Look them up. If possible, try to find their government name, their first and last government name, and then look them up on look them up on the FBI or something, and see if there's any pending cases against them. See if they've been found guilty in the past of any type of crime. See what their criminal record looks like, because a lot of that information is public. So try to get the content creator's government name. Now, if they don't give you their government name, or they give you one and then you find out that it's phony, then if I were you, I wouldn't click any of their links and I wouldn't do a darn thing for them. I would just assume that this person's a fraud and just keep it pushing. I understand that a lot of you no longer want to work a 9 to 5. I understand many of you may have lost your 9 to 5. You're going through some stuff. You're desperate. You're looking for means to earn an income any which way possible. For some of you, I get it. But I would hate to see any of you guys get scammed by these websites that want to scam people. And another thing is, some of these content creators, sometimes what they do is they'll use their platform to drift. Like 1 second they might be they might be let me think of an example. Like 1 minute they might try to sell you some cooking ware, and they swear up and down they know everything there is to know about cooking ware. Like they might know everything there is to know about a specific frying pan. Next minute they go from the frying pan to maybe they might try to sell you a specific type of watch or electronic device, and then they'll try to tell you how much they know about it and the people that they know that have it, and how that device is somehow making them a crap load of money in their personal life. And if you buy that electronic device, you can make that kind of money too. And I feel, and again, I don't got no proof of this. This is just me, just being critic. This is just me thinking critically here. But I feel in this scenario, in this particular video, in videos similar to this, I feel that the same thing is going on. Now, me personally, I'm gonna be honest with you. Do I believe anything this woman is saying about her little story? Hell no. Although I don't got no proof that she's lying, I don't believe her. I just don't believe her. And speaking of which, now that I've told you guys to utilize critical thinking, and I gave you guys some basic examples of how to do it and why to do it, now we're going to dive into the video itself, and I'm going to tell you some issues that I have with this particular video. First of all, oh, and let me back up. Before I forget, the name of, I mentioned her name before, but I'm going to mention it once again. If you want to go check her out, she's got a TikTok channel. She on TikTok, she goes by the name of online_wealth_queens. And again, whether I agree or I disagree with the creator, I want to do the right thing by giving them credit for the video that they made that I'm using on my channel. But let's continue. Here's some issues I have with this video. This woman claimed how she went up the corporate ladder. On the surface, that sounds wonderful. It sounds great. But here's the thing. Number one, exactly what corporate ladder did she go up? What specific occupation was she working? Was she working at a factory? Was she working as a nursing assistant? Was she working in computer software, which I highly doubt, but I threw that out there. I mean, what specific corporate ladder was she working? What occupation was she working? And what corporate ladder did she attempt to go up, and how high did she go? And she also mentioned how she lost her job despite her hard work. Well, none of us truly knows how hard she was working or how hard she's lying to you guys about how about her hard work. So she may have lost her job due to her own shenanigans. Nobody really knows. Let's see. She was living check to check. Okay, well, if she was working hard and she was going up the corporate ladder, which going up the corporate ladder, typically you earn more money every time you level up, which is the purpose of leveling up. Why would you level up if you ain't making any more money? That makes no sense. So since she chose to level up, so even with her leveling up, she was still living check to check, which tells me that her financial choices were most likely real crappy, and that would be assuming that any of that video was true. Which I'm kind of skeptical about the video, but again, that's me. And then of course she complained about the work-life balance. It was completely imbalanced because all she did was work. and they worked her on days that was inconvenient to her personal life. Well, let me say one thing. For those of you that are looking at leaving your 9 to 5 and you're looking at doing your own thing because you want that work life balance, eventually that may happen to you to where you'll get to do your own thing and make more money and have a work life balance. But I would say for many people that venture out and do their own thing at first, you're not going to have a work life balance. What you're going to have is you're going to work, work, and work and do more work. And you'll have a little bit of free time, just a little bit, not much. Because whenever you start your own business, you're going to have to allocate a crap load of time into building that business. And depending on what kind of business you start, if you start a business where you hire employees, there's a lot of entrepreneurs that have even mentioned that for the first several years they didn't even make any money. They made no profits. They had to run their business and on the side work a regular job to be able to pay their bills. If you're looking at being a content creator, and I talked about this on a previous video, please understand. Just because you make a good video doesn't automatically mean you're going to get paid. I mean, for one, you have to have so many views, you have to have so many subscribers in order for your channel to qualify for to be monetized. And even after your channel gets monetized, there's no guarantee of how much money you're going to make. There's no guarantee on how well your channel is going to do. And you might have a content creator that does exceptionally well for themselves. Like within a couple of months, they're monetized. Within a year, they're making enough money to be able to quit their full-time job. A lot of other creators, they might get monetized in a year or two. And then after they get monetized, they're making enough money for it to be a solid part-time side hustle, kind of like myself. But they still have to work some kind of a 9 to 5 to pay their bills, which is the position that the majority of content creators are in. So please, please, don't go out here thinking that you know X amount of content creators, like YouTubers for an example, that have 2 million subscribers and they making 6-figure incomes a year. Yes, there are some content creators that are doing that. And congratulations to all of them. And I'm glad they're doing that. I'm glad they're doing what they love to do and making good money. However, those creators do not resemble the majority of us creators. The majority of us creators are making side hustle money. This is extra secondary income, go on vacation money. This is maybe, I don't know, pay a light bill money. But we still gotta work a 9 to 5 or do something in conjunction to be able to pay all of our other bills. So as far as the work to life balance thing, I would say for at least the first year, don't count on having that work life balance. Don't count on it. Just assume you're gonna work your ass off for at least the first year, if not the first 2, 3, or 4, or even 5 years. So with all that being said, hopefully you guys got something out of today's video. Hopefully you don't go out here and you don't become super gullible, that you fall for the okie dokes online, and then next thing you know, you're getting ripped off, you're losing a crap load of your money, and then not only will you have to go back to your 9 to 5, but you'll be working a 9 to 5 and then a 5 to 9 because you done been ripped off. So until next time, stay smart, stay safe, and stay blessed, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.